Hi everyone, and welcome to day 31 of my 40 till 40. Today I want to share with you some tips and tricks of living in Mexico. I want to bring back to your remembrance. I know when we started this journey, I talked about living in Mexico, generational wealth, building your legacy, but I want to give you more tips and tricks and updates on that. One thing I'm really proud of that I think I'm going to title this video is that I've had my first highest grossing tour last year at the end of the year. Was it in November, right before Christmas? I had a tour that grossed $1,000, and that was for one person. And so I'm really big on finding your side hustle, that could be your business or something that you can make money off. You can make money off of yourself. You can make money off of making videos, creating courses. It could be active or passive income. I know for me, I'm trying to work to get to passive income where I don't have to be present. I have some passive income, but the tours are something I really enjoy doing. So that $1,000 that I earned from that tour, basically, as you saw in my other video, it paid for my monthly expenses. And good news, I've told you this, I think, before in another video, my new place, I moved, is $150 less than what I was paying at my old place. So now my rent is $500. And isn't it crazy that I told you all I'm paying $650 and it's like someone heard and they were just like hating, I guess. And my landlord says, hey, I want to charge $850. And I'm like, I'm getting out of Dodge. So I was willing to go up at least $100, but it went down $150. How good is that? Okay. And so my monthly expenses are even lower, okay? So I am paying maybe, let's just say $13 for internet. I think my water bill, I can't remember, but you remember it used to be about $5. I don't think it's gonna change. And my electricity right now, I've been running my heater, so it's gonna be a little more. Still, nothing what you would even imagine. And yeah, I don't have a car note. I do, pay my insurance, but because I work from home and I try my best not to have to cross the border, I don't have a lot of mileage. And so because I don't drive my car a lot, that is lower as well, my car insurance. And so guess what, you all? I get to bank my six-figure income. And I could live off of my side hustle if I really wanted to do at least 1 to 2 tours a month. The other thing that I do is I teach. So this quarter, I'm teaching 2 courses. But maybe I've shared in my previous course that my previous video that I only need to teach 1 class. 1 class exceeds my monthly expenses. So if you want to be 40 like me and can retire, right? Retire working full time. If you want to, just having the choice, just being at choice that I could decide what I want to do. That's what it is. I think I've seen a lot of people talk about it. It's all about freedom and ease, being able to live a life of ease and freedom. And so it's not that I just don't want to work. I'm just lazy. I just want to do things that I like to do, and I don't want to be stressed to do it. So even with the tours, I don't want to be exhausted. And I put in all my blood, sweat, and tears in my tours, okay, to give people a wonderful experience. So I'll tell you about the tour. For this tour, this person wanted a brunch. It was a beautiful, fit for a king brunch. And yes, this was a male. And I think this was my first male that I have toured. And he decided to do a tour on his own, solo. Don't forget, you all, traveling solo is so grown up. It's so adult. It's so in. Where you get to make all your decisions. Listen, you will not be lonely, scared, or anything like that if you plan the right way, okay? Anytime I've traveled solo, many of you might know I'm pretty extroverted. I make friends. Sometimes I'm eating alone and people are like, "Hi, how are you?" You know, and want to talk, and you just make friends. So this person came alone, and he wanted a brunch for his birthday, and it was so much class. And he had photo opportunities. I took photos of him. And he wanted a spa. I got a gentleman's spa package where he spent the day at the spa, or half a day at the spa alone, and getting some specialized treatment for gentlemen. And then he wanted nightlife. This was also my first experience with having someone do something at night. And so this was a great challenge for me to expand what I bring, the experiences I bring to people for Black in Baja. I usually do daytime stuff. And so this was a great challenge, and I was up for it. And so I was researching things we could do, places we could go, and boy, was it a blast, okay? This person was so impressed, so excited. So the nightlife, one of the nights I had him go on his own, and I picked the place, the night club that I felt would be welcoming, would be safe, and would be fun for him to go solo. And he loved it. He said there was, he bought a bracelet for $5, and he had unlimited drinks, and he was excited, and he felt very welcome, very safe. He enjoyed himself. The other nightlife event that I brought to him was tequila tasting. And it just so happened, but maybe I'll try to see if I can do that again. The wine, the tasting room was totally empty. So he had a personalized tequila tasting. How cool is that? And it was at a very illustrious winery. And then after he did that, we went upstairs where they had some nightlife, DJ, and you know, a swanky environment. And he danced, I danced, and enjoyed that night. What else did we do? We did one other thing. Brunch, spa, nightlife, wine. Oh, we did one more thing, and this was an ocean view dinner, lobster dinner in Ensenada. And so we took a scenic drive down, that's about 45 minutes to an hour down the coast, beautiful drive, and a beautiful lobster elegant dinner. And so his birthday was fit for a king. He enjoyed it and happily paid. Everything went well, everything went smooth. So I was pretty proud of that. And I was thinking, wow, you know, what this business could be, if I want it to be, when I'm ready for it to be. But I tell you, I put all of the Southern hospitality and energy into what I do. And so I'm tired afterward, or maybe I just didn't have the stamina to keep up with all of that. I don't know. But it was very exciting, and a lot of firsts for Black in Baja. But I got to get just a glimpse of what it could be and how I could sustain and grow and scale and build capacity. But just knowing all of the different outlets, having the choices available to me is what is the most important. And so I wanted to share that with you, and I want to encourage you to, you know, seek out your side hustles or whatever it is, you know, that you're doing. The other thing that I did last year that I'm really proud of as we roll up on tax season, I don't know if I told you all, but last year, Uncle Sam really took me for a ride. I was not knowledgeable, and that's why I'm telling you, because I want you to begin to become, financially knowledgeable about your money, because as you make this money and you're trying to stack your money, Uncle Sam comes to try to snatch it. And so I think I told you I hired someone to talk to, an accountant and things like that. But I also took some action on my different accounts that allowed me to lower my tax liability. And so my taxes are, a third or a fraction, 1/3 of what they are. And so I'm like, oh, great, I can pay that. But I'm also going to still work with my tax professional to get it even lower. But it was nowhere near what, and I'm really proud of the actions that I took. So one of the very simple actions I took was change my W-4 with my withholding, right? And so that's one easy thing to do. And the other thing I did was I increased my contribution to my investment accounts and my retirement accounts. And so more of my money was going into that as well. And also, you want to make sure, I'm a passive investor, not an active investor. And so I like to use index funds and things like that. Long-term investments, not where I am looking to flip and trade and this and that. I'm not that kind of investor. If you are, that's okay. I just choose to be a passive investor and let it sit there and grow. And so, the way you can really gain with that is to don't pull out your money early, right? You want it to sit. You want it to be there for 5 years, 10 years. And that's where you see that compound interest and that growth, and not pulling out, because when you pull out, those capital gains are taxed. And so you'll see that as well. So those are some of the tricks, and tips of how I grew wealth in 2021 and how I plan on continuing to grow my wealth in 2022, and looking for more ventures to add to my portfolio and growing wealth, and looking to retire in 1 to 2 years, whatever that looks like, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to be just laying around, but I'll be doing things at ease. So my idea is kind of just to be part-time in whatever I do, so I can enjoy the rest of the time. But I wanted to share that with you all. The new place is beautiful and wonderful. I love it. It's very peaceful. I think on my last video I shared a picture, and that was the beautiful park, hiking trails that are right walking distance from my home. I want to share with you all a day in the life. I've just been discovering so much. I only moved, maybe 5 minutes from my old house, but I'm in a very more city. I live in kind of the hills a little bit, but right down is the beach city and the tourist city. So it can be, hustle and bustle down there. And so I'm just learning so much and rediscovering, it feels like, Mexico. Just 5 minutes down the road, and wow, it opens up into something new. And so I want to take you all on like a day in the life. On my weekends, we take off, my boyfriend and I, and we go and we get into whatever. We look into this, look into that. And just we jet set over here. So we tried a new restaurant yesterday, and that was good, and just interacting with the community and things like that. But I'd love to show you a little bit of what that looks like as we trek through Mexico, because I'm still rooting for you to leave America, or what some have coined, break up with America. And move, if it's not to Mexico, somewhere to really decrease the footprint of racism on your life. It has immensely helped me with, my mental health, my psychological health, my spiritual health, my physical health. to not subject myself to racism more than I need to, more than I have to in America. And so hopefully something I shared today inspired you to inquire about either a tour to get away from, racism for half a day, a full day, or multiple days, or you're interested in totally relocating. And I am here to guide you. As I said, my person on the tour felt very safe in another country by himself with me, there to guide him. And also the clients that I have moved here also are thriving. And so maybe one day I may interview one of my clients about their experiences, but I do respect their confidentiality. So I usually use myself as the example in sharing my experience here. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, a like, subscribe, and let me know any other questions or thoughts you might have that I can share with you to get you on your journey to being Black in Baja. Either way. All right, I'll see you later. Peace, 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 and love.